So we all have these little pedals at our disposal. They're called the freeze pedal, and I have discovered one in my archetype Rebay NeuralDSP amp sim. So I'm using that today. And what I'm doing is discussing how you can use that pedal or that function. Falcro, hey brother, um, thank you for stopping by today. Um, Now, if you need the scale patterns, you can rewind the video and take screenshots of. I picked three modes that are very dissimilar in many ways. I picked the Ionian mode. Let me stop this for a moment. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, let me go. Oh, okay. All right. So let me share this. So I picked the Ionian mode, which is the major scale, and very simple. You can take a screenshot of this, so you'll know the patterns that I use. This I call it an E position and an A position, meaning your root note's on the E string in a G Ionian mode list like this, and an A position, which your root note is on the A string. Very simple. It has nothing to do with the key of the song. So I picked Ionian, and then I picked, let's go back. Let's see. I picked Aeolian, the polar opposite of the Ionian. This is the minor scale. So I picked the major scale and the minor scale to use in this. I guess we won't call it an instructional video, just a kind of a demo of how to train your ear a little bit. So two polar opposite modes. And then I picked the Lydiad mode because it has a very unique, interesting sound about it. So what I've done is I have provided you with the diagrams for these scales. They're pretty simple. So there's the Lydian mode. You can take a screenshot of that. Let me make this full screen. Let's go big, right? The Aeolian mode, the Ionian mode, and the Lydian mode. All right, so enough of that. And also, let me switch a camera here real quick. I want to do this real quick. Give me just a moment. I need to extra camera. And which one do we want? I think I want this one. Yes, I want this one. So down on the floor here, I have a MIDI foot controller. And I'm using this MIDI foot controller. Oops, I'm going the wrong direction with it. To turn on and off the hold function or the freeze function. So if I step on the number 5 button, it freezes. If I step on it again, it shuts off. So that's how I'll be doing the backing notes. And so with this, I'm going to start with the Ionian mode. Now, I've just played the Ionian mode in the key of G, but I'm going to switch it to a different key. I'm going to go to B flat. And what I'm going to do over this one B flat note is switch between the Ionian mode, the Aeolian mode, and the Lydian mode. And I want you to just kind of watch what I'm doing. You won't typically do this in a solo except for the fact that most of the iconic big badass guitar solos that guitar players use are over a vamped chord, meaning they're soloing over something like or like you know, they're not typically soloing over a very complicated chord progressions in a lot of cases. And that's not to underscore what I gotta remove this stop camera. I gotta switch. I'm doing some directing all by myself tonight, and it's kind of fun. There we go. So I got a close up of my guitar here, so you can see what I'm doing here. I could probably zoom that in a little bit further, but I'm gonna go ahead and choose B flat, right? And I'm gonna switch between playing the Ionian mode, and I'll call it out. I'll use the Ionian mode using those scale patterns that I just showed you. I'm going to stick to those scale patterns religiously. I may switch between the E position and the A position, but that's how I'm able to extend my register, playing down low or playing up high. It helps. So here we go. I'm going to choose B flat just because every guitar player would most of the time get lost in the key of B flat. We'll use a nice... Okay, here we go. B flat Ionian. Let's make this screen nice and big. Oh, I gotta thank my sponsors. Thanks, Diet Pepsi. Appreciate it. Oh, I gotta get this guy in here too. I gotta give him honorable mention. B flat Ionian. So over one note, using 3 different modes, I'm able to kind of create a bit of a melody and maybe a little bit of rhythmic, being rhythmically eccentric, I suppose. So the idea here is that you can use a freeze note to practice your scales and train your ear to know what the names of those modes actually sound like. Yes, this is focusing on theory, and I'm doing my best to not talk to anybody like they know anything about music theory. I have presented you with drawings of the 3 modes that I'm using in this video, and I can give you another example of them in the key of G, G Ionian. G Aeolian. G Lydian. So there you go. Those are the scale patterns that I'm using. I've also provided them in the A position, so we can do them in G Ionian. G Aeolian, and G Lydian. So there you go, and some chords to bolster what those scales are. So you want to know what Lydian mode sounds like? Well, let's play a Lydian type chord. We'll pick something in A. So Lydian, let's reshare this. Let's add this to the stage. The Lydian mode, and with modes, we know that, and these scales are upside down, by the way. That's how scales are drawn mostly in guitar books. So this would be the root note. I'm sorry. So this would be the root note. So we count up 1, 2, 3. The third note of the scale is what defines whether it's a major or a minor scale. And if we look at the Aeolian mode, you'll notice that this is a major third, 1, 2, 3. And if we look at the Aeolian mode and we look at the scale 1, 2, 3, it is a minor third. So just a couple of real obvious things that you should know in basic music theory. So a major third and a minor third. So a Lydian chord will have a major third, and the other thing that makes it very unique is the augmented fourth. And augmented means sharp, right? So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a sharp fourth. So we need a 1, 3, and a sharp 4 to create a Lydian sounding chord. So we're going to use A, and then the major third of A is C sharp, and then the sharp 4 would be the D sharp. So we can hold that chord. Whoops, let's sounding mode, and we'll go back to this. We'll go to the Aeolian, and the Aeolian mode is just a natural minor scale, so it has a minor third. So we'll do a 1, 3, 5 chord, and we'll use A again. We'll use A, so a minor chord, obviously. So here we are with the Aeolian mode. Position mode, right, or scale pattern right now. I'm going to move to the A position, and I'm starting on the root notes. A little arpeggio for you there. All right, and then the absolute most, I feel like it's one of the most boring, the Ionian mode, which just has a major third and a perfect fifth. And we'll just use A major, right? The polar opposite of our last mode. to learn what modes actually sound like when you're using them, and to kind of train your ear to recognize maybe when one of your favorite guitar players is playing a guitar solo, that you can recognize what mode they're using and steal everything you can from them. Yeah. Oh, Charlie, hello, man. I missed your stream today. I was taking care of some band business. So I hope you had a great Sunday, and I hope you're doing well. Same with you, Falcro. It's great to see you guys. Some good friends. I love it. Just kind of doing and if you know all this stuff already, this is going to be very basic stuff, but still, it's a way that I use the freeze function, and it would probably do me well to share what that, let me see, let me stop that. It would probably do me well to share with you what I'm doing on that entire screen. We'll go here. So here is my Reaper project, and here is Rebay, archetype Rebay, and here is the reverb pedal, and it sounds nice. So I've got just a reverb on this. Oops, I've got, forgive me, I've got some delay on that. I'm using a different delay, right? Sounds pretty nice. One thing I want you to recognize is that I am not using that freeze function on my guitar. I'm actually using it on the synth. So I'm using this synthesizer plugin, and I'm using this as the hold function. So if I play, let's just say an E minor with a flat 5. So I'm able to use this on a synthesizer. So it's kind of cool. Just another little trick in the world of Reaper. So we'll hide that, and we'll take that off of there. So here's what I'm going to do at this point. I am just going to walk through a few scale patterns and just use the modes that I've shared with you today, just the Ionian or the Aeolian or the Lydian mode, to kind of share with you how these chords and notes can really start to you can start to learn what the names sound like in the world of music theory. If you're interested in learning, or you don't know yet, or you already do know but you're not terribly familiar with how to use it, this is a great way to start to learn how to use it. Oh, hey, Zach, what's happening, brother? It's good to see you. And Platypusy, hello. Now, I'm trying not to use a real high gain guitar tone today. I'd like to keep things fairly honest. Right? I am going to put some delay on just because it sounds... Now, here's another thing that I'm going to do, and that is I'm going to use some drums, I think. Let me see, where are my drums? So we're going to do this. We're going to loop. Yes, we're going to loop. All right. I'm going to put some drums on this, and then I'm going to play to it. So not only am I working on training my ear to hear modes properly, but I'm also working on my timing, because I've got a perfect tempo going. Yeah, it's really need more theory. Hit rewind, brother, if you haven't seen it already. There's quite a bit of stuff here. Effie, it's great to see you, man. Thanks for popping in. So here we go. I'll go ahead and push play. Okay, so we're at a good tempo. Okay, so I'm going to use D minor, I think, just to get started. Right? Inside the Aeolian mode. We play the Aeolian mode and we start at this note in the Aeolian mode, right? We're playing the Ionian mode. Relative minors, that's a beautiful thing. So I'm in D minor, right? Oops. I'm in D minor. So the relative major of D minor is F major. Ionian, here I am in D Aeolian. So a real simple way to practice a bit of learning to use modes properly. If you play a chord and are able to freeze that chord on whether you use a keyboard or you use a guitar, if you have a freeze pedal, they're really useful tools. A lot like a looper pedal, they're really wonderful tools to learn from. But and I know that. Forgive me. Let me get my. Where is my mouse? My mouse has vanished. There it is. I know that I have some friends who also own the freeze function in Archetype Roubaix, and and I'll get to that in a moment, man. You're not going to believe what this pickguard is. So a great way to use that tool. You can just hit one single note and really have your way with the blues scale. let's say you're not used to playing the blues scale up on the upper register or of the neck. Well, let's see. Let's just pick F again, right? So we want to work on the F blues scale. Be able to solo up higher on the fingerboard, we'll use a 12 fret rule. And you only need to know one scale to be able to change your register from fairly low. So a really cool way to use that that hold the freeze function in Rebay, archetype Rebay. I'm not sure if any of the other NeuralDSP plugins. E flat should not exist. That's an interesting one. And you know, I might have an argument for that. Just because there's a very famous song written in E flat. It's a jazz tune, but nonetheless. But that's true. E flat and rock. Although, you know, the famous right? E flat major 7th. I better be careful because I'll get a copyright strike. I don't really want that to happen. E flat. Right? E flat. They used it, although for a key of a song, not really, unless you're playing jazz, right? And I wonder, you know, that's an interesting point. I'm going to look here real quick. Let me share my my Reaper window real quick with you. I want you to see what I'm doing here. So I need to find something in 5/4. Where is it? It's not. Is it percussion? No. Where is it? Is it the Monster MIDI pack? Oh, no. 7, 8, 5/4. Straight 5/4. Here we go. Let me see. I need to change my tempo. Okay. Oops. Now here's what I gotta do is make this 5/4. I'm gonna mess this up really bad. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. You guys can't see what I'm doing here. My goodness. All right, so I changed the time signature to 5/4, and I'm gonna get rid of that drum beat, and I'm gonna grab this one, and I'm gonna drop it in here, and oh yeah, okay, and I'm gonna make it loop. So let me see if did my click track switch to 5/4? I don't think it did. Okay. Just so I can count in. Should work. I don't know. Oh my goodness. What's going on here? Give me a second here. I will get this. This will work. What happened here? Okay. Well, screw the it's so strange that it's stretching out the And it won't. Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. We'll mute this. Here we go. All right. So E flat, right? This is in 5/4 again. Whoops. Why? What in the heck? Boy, I'm having a really difficult time getting these drums to align. It's kind of strange. This should be in 5/4. There we go. Okay, now I know what I've done wrong here. Now I know what I did wrong. This should perfectly line up. Here we go. All right, 5/4, and it's in E flat. It was written in E flat. I can't help it. Call a piano tuner. And way too much distortion to play that song using that sound. We got a little distracted there. So I wanted to do a brief video today just to kind of help maybe show you ways that you can work with your take 5. Perfect. I probably got a copyright strike for that, and I deserve it because I'm playing somebody else's song. He wrote a really magical piece of music. That is a wonderful, wonderful piece of music. I am a huge fan. I've been listening to a lot of that lately, simply because my guitar students. Hang on, I gotta check what's going on. Oh, and some good news on the band front. Let's see. Okay. Give me a second here. I don't know why I'm getting yelled at by my pancreas, but it should be in good shape. Okay. Give me just a second. I got to tell my pancreas what I'm doing. Okay. So before I go today, I think I'm just going to grab me a backing track and play a little bit with it. I think, yeah, let's do that. Now I found a really fun one the other day. I'm not sure if this is it. Hang on just a second. There was one in here that was just kicking along. This might be it. No, hang on. I'll find it. There we go. for me to go. I gotta go. Take 5. So y'all have fun. Have a great rest of your weekend. I have a good news on the band front. We found a new bass player. So we're really excited to welcome Aaron into our band. So congratulations. We did find another bass player, which is really super cool. Bass players are kind of hard to come by in the world of music. Seems like nobody wants to play bass terribly much. So we're really excited about that. History. Yep. All right, you guys, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully, we'll be doing a Jamland again here sometime soon. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Rockhouse Graphics. He did a wonderful job, very professional guy. And if you need information, he does some amazing artwork for logos, band logos. If you want stuff for your YouTube channel, look him up. You can find him at Rockhouse Graphics at Facebook, is how I met him. And thank you, Paul Bolton, for that. Yeah. Hey. You're welcome, Mark. If you have questions, rewind and watch this thing again. There's some pretty cool stuff happening here. Peace, y'all.